All right, everyone. This is a video that people ask me about all the time. This is our local business prospecting workflow video. And so basically, I explained this in the tools video, but if you didn't get a chance to watch this video, when you're prospecting local businesses like gyms, HVAC companies, pest control businesses, plumbers, the problem you're going to run into is they don't often have LinkedIn profiles. Now, if you are trying to target tech companies and they don't have a LinkedIn profile, you don't even need to reach out to them because they're not doing well enough to reach out to anyway. But these plumbers, they don't care about LinkedIn at all. So then we have to think about what kind of profiles do they have and how can we use that to our advantage. So any plumber, any garage door company, any restaurant, any gym worth their salt has a Google Maps business page. And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be scraping Google Maps. In this workflow, I'm going to scrape Google Maps all within Clay. There's a couple of other tools that could get this done for you. D7 Lead Finder, Outscraper.io are kind of the two that I would say could get it done for you as well. What I would say though is the output from those is basically they're going to give us the website, and the website is basically the only thing that we need. So when we're doing this, I'm going to use Clay in this scenario. Just keep in mind that you could also use the other ones and then import that data as a CSV and then continue the workflow going from there. But we're going to use Clay to end to end on this one. And so our search query, we're going to do, let's do garage door repair, and then in Nashville. Now we're going to come up to our location query and we're going to put Nashville, Tennessee. And so the reason why I use like the other tools, D7 Lead Finder and Outscraper and things like that, is because in Clay, I can only pull one search in at a time. And for me, it's just easier to get a bulk list and just get it all done in one shot. Whoops, I didn't mean to click on that. But again, you could do the whole thing in Clay because essentially those tools are just giving us a huge list of websites, which for our workflow, I just really care about the websites. I don't really care about anything else. So then we'll add that to a new blank table and we'll let this run. So we're going to name this garage door repair local business workflow. And it's searching for businesses over here. And we see how we're getting 54 rows. Soon we'll have like 60. I'm going to call the number, maybe like 66, 67. We'll see. You have this business found for you over here. And so we just can click on that and we can see the data. Tip Tap Garage Doors Nashville. Awesome. So we're going to map that into the name right there. You got their phone number. And then we've got their Google rating. Oh my gosh. We've got their Google rating. And then we have their website, which this is basically all of the data that's important to us. I'll take the reviews too. It's amazing. Like sometimes we have private equity clients and like everybody cares about reviews. It's like so funny. All right. So I'll move the reviews over here. So now what we need to essentially do is we need to bifurcate. We need to split this list into people that we can find owners' LinkedIn email addresses for and LinkedIn profiles for, and people that we can't. The reason being is if we can find the owner of these businesses, amazing. That's exactly what we're going to be reaching out with. But if we can't, then we have to use other methods to try to find it. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to click Add Enrichment, and we're going to click Find Contacts at Company. And we'll hit Company Identifier, and we'll put the website in as the company identifier. And now we'll put in all of our keywords around being an owner. President, founder, owner. Honestly, that's all I can think of right now. So I want to put it in the United States just because sometimes people in other countries will just fake that they're the CEO of this company. It just messes things up. So I just put United States on there as well. Now, a big thing, you want to keep the limit. You do not want to limit this to one, even though we're looking for one person. The big reason you don't want to limit this to one is because if we find more than one person, we know that this company is a franchise and you need to handle it slightly differently. So we'll hit continue to add fields. Let's just let this run. Okay, great. Company not found, which this is going to be totally normal. See, now this is probably a franchise. And so if we jump into this, right, Dependable garage door owners. Why are there so many owners? Hold on. Let's take a peek here. Vice president. Oh yeah. So this company is a lot larger and they know what they're doing here. So we're gonna exclude vice. I forgot about that. So save that and run it again. Cool. No profile found. Still 10. What are they doing over here? President and CEO. Garage door tech and restaurant owner. Good for them. President. Owner. Interesting. So this one, we might just see. This is so odd that it's coming. This is Irishman's overhead. Their experience. Overhead Door Corporation. Interesting. So this is a franchise. So we just know that now. And so we'll let this run. And so basically what we'll do is let's find one that's actually normal, which, out of 54, who knows? Oh, here we go. Here we go. See how like this is going to be your hit rate. Like a lot of these people, they're not going to have. So see how this is door systems. Where's this person? Classic Doors Inc. Oh, let's find this person. Jerry Suzanne Miller, CEO Classic Doors Inc. That's what we want. So now we're just going to take, let's see, I want first name, which is so funny. In the mapping, it's like below. Yeah, it's so funny. Okay, so we want first name. And this is so funny. I bet sometimes business owners do this. Like, this is like an old thing business owners used to do. See how it's Jerry Suzanne Miller? I do not believe for a second that this is this person's name. I think this is the husband and wife pair, and it's Jerry Miller and Susan Miller. And they're just sharing a LinkedIn profile, which is like, sorry, that's so boomer. Like, that's like they used to do that all the time. All right, cool. And so we've got this mapped out, and we don't really have a whole lot of great people here. Oh, we don't want just the first name. We want the last name too. I got a little lost with the boomers and the way they make their LinkedIn profiles. Cool. All right. Map this in. Okay, cool. And so the first workflow that we're going to set up is we want to try to find the email addresses of everyone at these companies if we can. And so we're going to take out our old Prospio workflow here. Oh, I gotta concatenate everything. We'll save these changes. I got to turn this into, well, actually, I don't have to turn this into a full name. What I'm just going to do is I'm just going to map the name up here, and then we'll just use that. If you're new to Clay, I could have done two things. One, I could have mapped it so it's easy for me to just pick it out right here. Or two, I could have clicked on this, clicked on people, clicked on the 0, and then hit name right here. It's all going to be the same exact thing. So then company domain, we're going to map the company domain we got from Google Maps. We'll include catch-alls because I trust them, and then we'll run it. And now we're going to try to find all these people's email addresses. And once we get their email addresses, whoops, and we're going to run this as well. Once we get these people's email addresses, now we will have a column. See, okay, now we got this person's email address. Amazing. Let's add this as founder email is what we want to call this. So now we have a founder email address, and we're going to move to the side. Now what we're going to do is just because we didn't find an email address for them doesn't mean it's gone forever. So we're going to use Scrape website to try to find email addresses of these people. So we'll go to output fields, and then we're going to hit emails. And now the run settings is we only want this to run so I'm going to use the AI so everyone watching this video can use it. Run if founder email is empty, right? Because if the founder email is empty, we want to run this to find the generic email address, right? So then we're going to run those columns, continue to add fields, save and run. In this situation, again, I'm using Prospio just set up here. Another probably email address finder that I would suggest using along with Prospio might be Drop Contact, because Drop Contact also tells you drop contact can take a person's LinkedIn profile as the input, and then you can try to find the email address that way. And so they're just another good one. And so now we'll just click on these and we'll see, oh great, oh shoot. I just clicked the mail to link. So now we have Jennifer and we've got Connie at ddohd.com. And so we're going to just stick with the first one because we don't want anything to be crazy. And so Prospio's email addresses are already validated. We need to validate these email addresses. Little bit of a like how these work, right? Is see how we got this in here, and we got like you're at email.com and some of this garbage in here. The way Scrape website is finding its email addresses is called a regular expression. And so when you're looking at these email addresses, it's always word at word and then dot. And so there's a regular expression scraping this to try to find these things. So I don't know why that one showed up, but sometimes you'll get terrible emails showing up in here. So like they put your at email.com on their website here, which like I don't know why they would do that, but more power to you. And so all we want to make sure that we do, and I'm just trying like you at domain.com. Oh, this is from Home Depot. Whoops. All we want to do to just make sure that we're good here and we can actually email these is we want to bring in our debounce integration. So we'll just hit debounce. We're going to validate these emails. And so we're going to hit 0 and we're only going to map safe to send email addresses so that now we won't accidentally throw this into our sequencing tool or throw this into our sequencing tool because it's not going to validate and it's not going to be a legit email address. Like this one, it looks like it's probably a legit email address, right? So now we have our first safe to send email address. Now this video, I mean, it's going to be pretty in depth, and I would be sad if I didn't show you kind of the next step that we have here. So what I like to do, and this is being nitpicky, but I think if you reach out to somebody and you don't have their first name versus having their first name, it is a completely different game. And so what we do is we use AI to pick out their name from the email address. So I'll say, using the input, try to tell me what the person's first name is. The input is just an email address. Do not output a first name unless you are over 97% confident that that is their first name. This is the input. Because a lot of times we'll get their email address and it's kind of dumb to be like, hey there. And then their email address is John at Garage Door Company. It's like, okay, great. That would have been super easy. This is the input. And then we'll get the validated first safe to send emails. And now we have to train this data, right? I'm big on training this data. So we'll go and we'll hit add example. And then we will look at some of these. So this one, Diana, right? So what's up, Diana? See how this is Diana? Super easy. Take this one, add example. Boom, and I'm just gonna map that in, and I'm gonna bring this and hit this and do that. All store door live. If you do, let's put this before. Confident that is their first name. If you do not have, if you don't know the name or you are less than 97% confident, output nothing. So now we have to train it. And so we're going to say, I'm going to take all this. I'm going to replace this because we changed it. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So now we're just going to output nothing. And now let's go down here and let's pick a tough one. So this is a good one because this is such a good one. I'm glad we found this one. So this is a good one because we don't want AI to get messed up on L Kennedy here. See how it's L Kennedy? Kennedy could be somebody's first name, but I want it to know that that L is going to screw us up here. So now if we reach out to them and we say Kennedy, is that the end of the world? No. But I just want to give it that example. This AI stuff is all about training it on the proper data. So now I'm gonna say, what did I do here? Oh yeah, Luke. So now we're gonna train it to say Luke, so it's not gonna be an idiot and be like 1711. We will go the cheap route on this one. No need to have GPT-4 on this. Only. Oh, whoops. Keep thinking sometimes that's the AI. So now we'll get first safe to send email is not empty. Generate that. And now let it run. Find extra owner's first name. Okay, cool. We'll let it run on everything. I know this prompt is going to work. No, I'm saying this for the video and I might have to go back and fix it. Who knows? While this is running, I'm a big fan of the show Survivor. If anyone's ever seen Survivor. See, that's what I mean. So I said I was like super confident that this is going to work. And it didn't. It didn't work. And so what I was gonna say is in the show Survivor, like they vote people out, and every time somebody's like, "I'm super confident," they get voted out, and that's just like what happened to me. Okay, so this. Okay. It, how are you unable? I trained you on this data. All right, so I guess we are going to try to switch to GPT-4. You know what? And let's actually tell it to output nothing, so that it's not just going to make up something. And let's try switching it to GPT-4. Geez, that's too funny. Yep. So we couldn't have the C student do the work, so we had to bring in the way overpaid Harvard MBA to get it done. But that's totally fine. Come on, get Deanna. Come on, you overpaid Harvard MBA. Yeah, okay, great. So we'll run this on all of them that haven't run. Okay, so now we have more names, right? So now what we want to do is I just want to have a formula so that we have all of the names together in one shot, because now this is where the split is going to happen, right? So bring, let's see, first name to this column if first name is not empty, or, and I'm going to put this on, or if first name is empty and response does not contain nothing, bring response here. So we'll put response to this column. Great. Generative formula. Amazing. Okay. Splash of Red Bull. So now we're going to get all of the owners' names here. So we got Deanna, Kyle, Luke, Jesse, Jerry, Susan. Love it. Near, Thu Hang. Okay, great. So now we're going to say like master owner first name. So I don't have to reference them back and forth. So now what we need to do is we basically are going to get like, so now you either, basically we could do one more formula here where we could say, hey there, if master owner first name is empty, output, hey there. Or if master owner first name is not empty, concatenate, hello. Let's put howdy. We're doing a video. Howdy. And master owner first name. Great. Howdy, Sean. Love it. Okay, great. So now we have all these people's email addresses, and so we have our salutation here. Now this is where you have to decide where you're going with your campaign. This is kind of out of scope for this video, but now what I would do is if you have the person's first name, that means that you can write like an AI line based off of the information you got from their website. You can basically do a whole lot of things in here. And so what I would suggest is if you have their LinkedIn URL, you write an AI line based on their LinkedIn URL. If you don't have their LinkedIn URL, you could say, "Hey, I checked you out," and like all this other stuff. Um, if One of my favorite ways to open up these local business prospecting videos is like these local businesses, they don't want to admit it, but nobody ever answers the phone. I bet I could call one of these people and like they're not going to answer the phone. Um, See what I mean? Craziness. Like it's like they don't answer the phone. So what I like to say in the email, and like I know there's a lot of people who are like, um, you don't want to lie in emails, and I totally get that. So you got to find out where your line is. Um, if you don't want to lie in the email, I would say, hey, I saw the phone number on the website was 615-696-7300. Give it I saw that, but I found your email address and I figured email would be easier. I was looking around for garage door companies in Nashville and I saw you guys have a 4.9 star rating, over 230 reviews. And then you could because what you're trying to do is these businesses get spam emails all the time. Like you think like tech founders think they get spam emails. These people get the worst emails ever because their emails are so public on their website that they're getting completely garbage emails all day long. So all you need to do is you need to write a message that's better than what they are used to getting. And so if you put their phone number in the outreach, you put their Google reviews in the outreach and everything, and all that, like you're going to get a really good message across. The other thing that you can do, and this doesn't work for everybody, but I like doing this too, is if we pull in the Yelp information. So we're going to pull in this Yelp. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Hold on. Yeah, we're going to find reviews. So the place ID, I don't have the place ID. I guess we got to find this business. So we'll do, everybody here is in Nashville, right? And so this is getting kind of out of scope for this video. What I would do is I would like see how it's 531 Veritas Street, Nashville, Tennessee. I would clean this so it's just Nashville, Tennessee, and then put this location in. But then our search query is literally going to be their business name. So we should nail it. And so I'm going to limit it to just one. I don't want to include the ad results. And so then we only want to run this. I guess we're going to run it for everyone. Well, I guess you only want to run this if we have an email address to send to. So like I should have merged the email addresses into one, or we could just do this and say, um, founder email or first safe to send email is not empty, right? So that we're not wasting credits on running this. So now we go out, we find the businesses. Yeah, of course it's missing the input. This is like so funny. So we'll go find these businesses. And this is just another thing that we can add on top of it. And I know the video is running a little bit long. So now we got this one business found, right? We got this business, we got their rating. And now see how this is their review, this snippet. This is what I'm searching for here. Where now we can say like, oh, I saw how the customer, we can use AI to be like, and now we can say like, oh, like, no, you were extremely great to this customer who you helped troubleshoot things over the phone. And so yeah, that's and then I think so if we have the place ID here though, I think we could get even more data. It just gets a little bit expensive at this point. I just want to show you though, like the best and greatest things we could do. So find business info, and then we have their name. Wait, no, what, we were just doing this. Find businesses, find business info. Find reviews. Sorry. So this is the place ID. We got find businesses, right? And then we'll go to businesses, 0. And then we're going to hit place IDs. And we're going to hit, that one looks right. And then maybe we want to see something in the review, sort reviews by highest rated. And I just want one review. We're good to go with that. Hit that. So we could look for keywords in there. We could look for people who are like, your parking lot is small and like stuff like that. But here we go. And so we got one review over there, but here's how we can get a full review. Cool. see. User, we got Patrick. And Patrick's comment was, called John after my garage door was raised. I got him at no other plumber, electrician, or AC has ever taken the time to help me fix a problem. He told me that I just saved myself 250. I highly recommend, blah, blah, blah. This is great. So now you could reach out to them and you could be like, hey, this was awesome. I saw this review about your person and it was like so awesome to see that. Another way you could get this done, I know I keep just adding on to this video, is Clay has this Claygen feature, which, so now to do this was like 1 credit, or one of these was 2 credits. So that was 1 credit, and this is 1 credit. Okay, so we're looking at 2 credits. Depending on what plan you're on, Claygen might be able to be cheaper for you on this. And so you could say, find me the reviews of this company on either Google or Yelp. I want to find a review of a happy customer. This is the website. And then what we could do is we can like map the website in here, and then we can make sure we're using 3.5 so it doesn't get crazy, and then max cost. So depending on what Clay plan you're on, this could cost like a penny to like 5 cents to run. So we could keep it under our normal cost and we could hit, oh shoot. Well, I would have to make a run setting so that it only ran when it was relevant. So probably like the same run setting we have over here. Whoops. And so no, it's going off into the world, our little Harvard MBA. And so then we've got this running, we've got these running. And so if it's cheaper for you, you might be able to use Claygen to just find the reviews. And then you still have to use AI to like write a line about those reviews. So we look at this, a happy customer review from Cornerstone. I found a positive review mentioned that the customer had a great experience. Oh, and I could probably change this and I could say, bring me back what the customer said, and if you can, their first name as well. And we could just run this again. And so then we could hit this, we could hit this. And so Claygen could do this work for you as well. And maybe it would be cheaper than using the Clay credits to get it done. And so now, anyway, like I said, to conclude this video, wow, 30-minute video. That's crazy. To conclude this video, it's all about how you want to take the direction of the campaign. I've done this where I've targeted restaurants in the past, and we basically, the messaging we would say is, hey, I saw that, customers could call this number, but I figured email would be easier for you at this point. And then we'd just like get into our pitch. And then I would basically, then I used their address I got into the pitch. We said something about the pitch, and then I deleted everything. Like, I normalized it, so we just had this name. I used AI to just be like Bell Forest Circle or Old Murphs Reed Borough Pike Building. And so then I would put this in and I would say, oh, I looked you up on Google Maps. And do you guys get a lot of foot traffic being on Old Murphs Reed Pike Building? Or do you get a lot of foot traffic beyond Old Hickory Boulevard? I couldn't tell. Like we would say something like that. So with these local businesses, you just need to hammer them with more information. Please visit the Yelp link based on your user found reviews. Interesting. See, this wasn't maybe that helpful, so I guess you'd stick with this. But anyway, the way we've done this in the past as well is like we reached out to pest control businesses and we wanted to see if they wanted to sell their business. So if we found their LinkedIn profile, I'd be like, oh, it looks like you've been running this company since blah, blah, blah. Like, would you want to sell it? And then if we didn't find their LinkedIn profile, we'd do pretty much the same thing. Like, oh, hey, like, I see that customers could call you at this phone number, but I figured email would be easier. I was really interested in your company because I'm trying to buy pest control companies in Nashville. I saw you guys have a 4.9 star rating across 230 reviews. Would you be open to sell? Blah, 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 blah. And we'd get into it. HVAC. I did that back when I worked at another company before I ran my own company. And we would just basically reach out to them and we'd say, hey, I saw that it's like we scraped their website and then we would use AI to basically be like, considering this website, how does this company how does this company differentiate themselves against like normal HVAC companies? And so then we would say, looking at your website, I could see that you guys take like the way that you stand out in the crowd of HVAC companies is like You have a huge care about service. Is that how you get a leg up? And then we used Yelp to find the competitor in the area, because you can use find businesses. And see how we only found one business found. So if we were to just search for their like name and address, well, if we were to take out their address and make it like this, and we just wanted Nashville. So if we just put Nashville here and then we put the search query, let me just show you. So if we put Nashville here, the reason I didn't do this in the main video is because then if you pull in garage door companies from San Francisco, this part is going to break. But for now, we'll just keep it like this. So if we put the limit as 3, right? What's going to happen is we're going to get more businesses. No business found. 3 businesses found, right? So this company is Brentwood Garage Door Services, right? And so number 1 is Brentwood Garage Door Services. Number 2 is All Four Seasons Garage Doors Nashville. This is their competitor. So we would then use this information to reach out to them and say, oh, hey, like, I saw on your website that you guys take a lot of care of your customers, and I bet this is how you stand out in the area. Um, when people are deciding between calling you and All Four Seasons Garage Doors Nashville, how are they usually making that decision? We've got a workshop about branding coming up, and that's basically what we did. And so, yeah, like this is how you, again, the scope of this video is basically how do you get the first names of the owners, and then what do you do if you don't have the first names of the owners? And then you could split from there. How you take your pitch is kind of like an open source from there. And these are kind of some of the ideas that we ran in the past. I hope this was useful to you, and keep on watching those videos.